I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please read the roll.
Councilman Garrett. Here. Councilman Accomando. Councilman Accomando is unable to be here due to the passing of his mother. Councilwoman Sanchez.
Here.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Here.
Council President Simon.
Here. Please rise to salute the flag and remain standing in memory of Teddy Martin Mazursky, father of Saddlebrook Police Officer Zachary Mazursky, and Linda Accomando, mother of our Councilman Todd Accomando. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by same may have in the past or legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council. Notice is hereby given that beginning January 1st, 2026, the complete text of all legal notices required to be published in the Township of Saddlebrook shall be obtained and reviewed on the Saddlebrook website, saddlebrooknj.us. In addition, the New Jersey Secretary of State will be establishing a legal notice hyperlink page, allowing members of the public to find hyperlinks for every municipality on or about March 1st.
We're going to open the meeting to the public, but first, before we do that, the mayor has some presentations on behalf of mayor and council.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. As many of you know, March is Women's History Month, and tonight is very special in that the town will recognize 5 incredible women who have made significant contributions here in Saddlebrook. These women have distinguished themselves in their respective fields and deserve to be honored for their achievements. 12 years ago, we decided, the mayor and council, myself and the council, to establish categories that help us narrow down our selections for women in the year, women in history. The categories are business leader, community servant, outstanding citizen, outstanding educator, and public servant / first responder. Here in Saddlebrook, we have an abundance of women worthy of being honored, but these 5 stand out among the rest. We're going to start out with Tracy Buzamita. Tracy, please come up. So Tracy was born in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. She has 2 sons, Stephen and Anthony, and 5 grandchildren, Madison, Mackenzie, Avery, Mary, and Stevie. Tracy is a graduate of Saddlebrook High School and began fostering children in 2006. She has fostered a total of 159 kids, adopted 5, and is in the process of her 6th adoption. As a foster parent, Tracy plays a critical role in supporting children who navigate the child welfare system. She ensures they are nurtured. She ensures they nurtured, receive what they need for healing, growth, and the opportunity to reach their full potential. Tracy became an EMT and joined the Saddlebrook Volunteer Ambulance Corps, currently serving as First Lieutenant. Tracy also works in the dental field as an office manager and as a Saddlebrook crossing guard. Tracy describes her life as chaotic, but wouldn't change a thing. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Next, we have Amanda Fergali. So Amanda was born to Giovanni and Karen Fergali. Amanda was raised in Saddlebrook, New Jersey, along with her two siblings, Giovanni and Jenna. Amanda attended Saddlebrook High School, and after graduation, she followed her passion of cosmetology and enrolled in the Parisian Beauty Academy in Hackensack. After graduation, she worked at a hair salon that became the first Moxie Salon franchise. Amanda and her partner, Anthony, have two sons, Christian and Angelo. Amanda is also a loving stepmother to Anthony and Ariana. Amanda loves spending time with her family and staying active outdoors with her kids. Currently, Amanda is the proud owner of Moxie Salon and Beauty Bar in Saddlebrook and proudly employs over 20 incredible, hardworking, and talented women. As a faithful Christian woman, Amanda demonstrates love and compassion. She supports local sports teams and organizations. She donates to Toys for Tots and the Center for Hope and Safety. Amanda does not hesitate to lend a helping hand and feels it is important to be kind and generous to those who might not be in the best circumstance. Amanda is a powerful role model, and the township is honored to celebrate her. Amanda Fergali. Okay, moving on. Next, we have Samina Majid. Samina was born in a farmhouse in Punjab, Pakistan, to Abdul and Taj. Samina is the youngest of four brothers and three sisters. And Samina graduated at the top of her class from the University of Punjab, and at the age of 23, took her first ever flight to the United States. Samina enrolled at Queens College, City University, where she studied and graduated with a master's degree in library and information science. While in New York, Samina married Salim, and together are blessed with two daughters and one son, Ayamana Noor, Bareka Sahar, and Daniel Akhtar. I hope I said that right. Samina has been working in the township of Saddlebrook for 20 years. She is the reference and adult services librarian at the Saddlebrook Free Public Library. In addition to building and helping maintain an array of programs and services for the community, Samina has built lasting relationships with many patrons of the library. During the pandemic, when the library offered limited services, Samina offered hope and renewal by introducing a new outdoor activity. A community garden program was built and is now entering its 5th year. Additionally, through building a relationship with AARP, Samina has arranged much-needed tax aid services for our community. Thank you, Samina. Okay, next we have Angelina Pilata. Angelina was born in Hackensack, New Jersey, to Dawn and Michael Pilata, and she has one brother named Nico. Angelina is a lifelong resident of Saddlebrook and attended the Academy 360 Upper School, a private school in Livingston, New Jersey for students with autism and related challenges. She graduated in June 2024, receiving her Saddlebrook High School diploma. Angelina attended Eastern Gateway Community College and currently is enrolled at Bergen Community College, where she will earn her associate's degree in education in May of 2026. Angelina has volunteered as an assistant at St. Barnabas Hospital, the Essex County Courthouse, the Academy 360 Upper School Film Studio, Walgreens, the West Caldwell Public Library, and the Academy 360 Lower School. Additionally, outside of volunteering, Angelina is a Learn to Skate mentor at the Clay Anderson Arena at the Richard J. Cody Arena. Angelina also works part-time as a film student assistant at the Academy 360 Upper School. From singing, dancing, playing sports to horticulture and culinary, one most notable accomplishment is being chosen to represent Team USA for the 2026 Special Olympics USA game for swimming. And despite facing unique challenges, Angelina has overcome significant barriers and demonstrates perseverance, talent, and strength in pursuit of her goals. Angelina is an inspiration and a vital member of our community. Thank you, Angelina. And last but not least, Camille Trito. I know her as Mrs. Trito, but even though you look younger than I do, but I know you as Mrs. Trito.
That's okay, that's okay.
Camille was born to Victoria and Lorenzo Apria in Bronx, New York, and has lived in Saddlebrook for more than 6 decades. Camille and her late husband of 50 years, Salvatore, raised 4 children, Michael, Laura, Teresa, and John. She has been a lifelong, I'm sorry. Service has been a lifelong calling for Camille, beginning with guiding young scouts as a den mother, which blossomed into decades of leadership. Camille was the president of both the Helen I. Smith School, PTA, and Saddlebrook Women's Club. Currently, Camille leads the Rosary Altar Society at St. Philip's the Apostle Church. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. I also want to have Councilwoman Flo Mazer and Councilwoman Sarah Sanchez come forward. I have flowers for you in recognition of Women's History. Why don't we get pictures with all the women of the council? You want to, one of you guys, you want to do it up front? Okay. Thomas is the photographer, so. Okay.
We're going to do some pictures. We're going to briefly recess, and then you guys want to take pictures with your family or friends, please do so. So we're going to take a short recess here, and then come back to, we'll call it to order in whatever, 5 minutes or so. Okay, we're gonna get this, I hear a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion to open the meeting to the public?
Yep.
Second.
The president again.
It's like, oh, okay.
You're out. All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, the meeting is now open to the public. If you'd like to address the council, please come up, state your name and some sort of address.
Good evening. Thomas Van Winkle, 128 Lincoln Avenue. From Sanford. Just going to start with giving my address. I want to begin by congratulating all the Women in History honorees. It's always a nice thing that we recognize them every month here at the council meeting and recognize all their contributions to our community and all their community partnership and collaboration. I'd like to begin by talking about the Mayor's Youth Group and the community partnership together because we collaborated to have our tabling thing. We had a table at the recent parent partnership night, which was held at the Saddlebrook Middle High School. It was also a college fair. I want to thank our volunteers in the youth group, our volunteers in the community partnership who came together and helped out. We handed out magnets for the community partnership. We handed out flyers and registration forms for the Mayor's Youth Group. And as well as, and we interacted with all the different, with many parents and students who attended. So it was a well-done event. And I want to thank everybody who made that possible. The Mayor's Youth Group also met recently on February the 28th here in the council chambers. We are going to have our next meeting on Saturday, March the 28th at 10:30 in this room. Okay, so if anybody who's in grades 4 through 12 would like to come and join, welcome anytime. We have a great, very energetic youth group at this point in time, and we look forward to continuing to contribute to everything going forward. So the next event we're going to be involved in is the Saddlebrook Easter celebration, which is going to be on Saturday, April the 4th from 12 to 2. They're going to help out with the egg garden. They're going to help out with the photo area. I believe they're having face painting, if I'm not mistaken, at the event. Okay. So they'll be helping out all the whole time. Also, like I said, the Mayor's Youth Group meeting March 28th. I want to let everybody know too, the community partnership is meeting on March the 26th at 6:30 in the multi-purpose room. Always love to have more people. We have a great group of people who attend the meetings from all different walks of life in town, different organizations, and we like to look to grow and expand because we have a great community, and we want to see everybody come together and really make our town a wonderful place to live. With that being said, I thank you for your time. Have a good one, guys. Good night.
Everybody, Steve Mariconda, Saddlebrook Green Team, 24 Harrison Ave. Just have some upcoming events for the Saddlebrook Green Team. This Saturday, which is March 24th, we have our 21st, I'm so bad. Saturday, March 21st. At the Saddlebrook Public Library, we have our native seed bomb event. Should be fun. We'll be learning about native plants and how to use seeds in the proper way. And that's going to be at 10:30 a.m. at the Saddlebrook Public Library in the conference room. And then next month, on Saturday, April 18th, we have a two-part event for our Light Pollution Awareness Week. We have a presentation on light pollution at 3 p.m. at the Saddlebrook Public Library in the conference room. And then the plan is that at 8 p.m., we will meet at Veterans Field to do some astronomy. We're going to have some people come with some telescopes, and we'll do a little night sky event. So if you want to register for the events, well, there's no registration for the light pollution awareness event, but for the native seed event at the library this Saturday, you can register through the Saddlebrook Free Public Library Facebook page. So thank you, guys.
Good evening, Jerry Taylor, 318 Shepherd's Avenue. Through the chair to the BA, the funds that go into the water department, are they restricted just for the water department?
Mr. Hobbs?
Yes, that's correct, because it's a water utility, so the funds that are used are strictly for water utility in its operations.
So the $25 service fee, all that money is just going to that, that's where it's gonna stay, it's not gonna go anywhere else?
Correct.
In other words, it can't be used to balance the budget or anything else, it can't be drawn out of the water department to go to another department?
There are strict rules and regulations by the state of New Jersey for the budget laws. I believe that is legally permissible, but since I've been here, that's not what's been done. The actual water utility hasn't been operating in that manner to transfer funds to the operating budget.
Okay. Because I'm just, rough figures, I'm saying, you know, and I know I'm low, 1,500 households at, you know, some people are getting charged 20, some people are getting charged 25. So if you take the 1,500 times 20, that's 30,000 a quarter. So you're talking 120,000 for the year that's coming into the fund that you didn't have in the past. You know, and you're saying it's used for just the water department.
Yeah, correct. Really, I mean, you have the increased costs of the repairs and operations. Every time we have a water main break, it goes to that, goes for upgrades. When we do capital project upgrades, it contributes to all that, correct?
All right. I'm a little confused. I was here at the work session. At the work session, we talked about the reading of the ordinances with the overlay as far as the zoning board and all that stuff. Now that I look at the regular session, none of those ordinances are on this. Is that normal?
They were voted on at the special meeting that was at 5:30 that day?
Right.
Right.
But then again, the reason I'm asking is there's no cameras, then the people of Saddlebrook don't know what's going on about is there any way that, would you be able to explain, even though the attorney's not here, can you just explain to the people what happened with, you know, being sued and how it was reduced and with the 580 Midland Avenue, that property, what they're thinking about doing?
I wouldn't pretend to know a tenth as much as our counsel. I don't know, Mrs. Capizzi, could you,
Yes, I
Just
can
as
give
just
you-
a summary of some sort?
Yes, well, it was imposed upon all municipalities in order to get the builder's immunity, that you had to get your fourth round certification. This is the fourth round of affordable housing. So if you chose, which very few, if any, municipalities did not choose to participate in getting their fourth round certification, you would be subject to what they call as a builder's remedy lawsuit and would have no control over the number of affordable housing units or the density of the development if the builder was successful. So Saddlebrook chose to participate in getting their fourth round certification and the builder's immunity. To do so, we, as many towns in Bergen County, I can't speak for throughout the state, but many towns in Bergen County had very little vacant land available. So you filed for a vacant land, I'm gonna call it an exemption, it's not really an exemption, but in other words, we don't have vacant land to dedicate to building an affordable housing complex. So instead of doing it in that way, because you're still required to provide for affordable housing, this community, as well as many others, did it by what they call an overlay zone. An overlay zone is the same zoning is in place for every district in Saddlebrook. Certain zones, and that's why they call it an overlay, in addition to their existing zoning requirements, if a developer were to build affordable housing in one of those overlay zones, they would have a separate zoning ordinance and requirement for the affordable housing units. So that was what was done in Saddlebrook in order to meet its affordable housing obligations. You have to make it reasonably achievable. So for example, if you said you wanted to do an overlay zone in an industrial park, the court wouldn't approve that because they would say, who's going to want to put a residential development in an industrial park? So you had to present a plan, which was done by our professionals. All the communities, including Saddlebrook, had a professional planner come up with the locations that could best support an affordable housing development should a developer want to go forward and build one. As of now, no one has presented an application in Saddlebrook for affordable housing project. Although I do want to mention, was part of the benefit of the municipal property that's going to be developed, there will be 9 affordable housing units in that development. We will get credit as if it's 12, so it's 9, but we'll get credit as if it's 12, and that goes towards our affordable housing obligation. Other than that project, there is no other project that has been presented nor application to the community for an affordable housing project. When they do present the application, they will have to go to the planning board, give notice to the residents, just like every other application, and present the application to the planning board, who will review it and decide whether it should be approved or not.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit more time because a lot of it was
Yeah.
taken up by the attorney. John, I got a question. I know Jerry lives on Sheppes, so there is something that we discussed about the property on North Midland, which when it goes, when and if it is developed, he's not on that side of Sheppes, he's on the opposite side, but he's got some of that would back up to his neighbor's property. Could you just tell us how that fits in? Maybe that might, I'm anticipating
That
a
was-
question.
So that was, during this process, other people were allowed to basically participate in the litigation. So in Saddlebrook, you had a developer who owned property in Saddlebrook at that location, who intervened and said that he may want to put affordable housing units on that property. Now, if it wasn't resolved in the way that the municipality resolved it, there was a strong likelihood that he could get more than what he was looking to achieve. In fact, he started off at a very high number. The governing body would not agree to that. Eventually, he came down, and there's an alternative of either veteran housing or housing for those with disabilities. Disabilities in the sense that, not that they can't live, and take care of themselves, but different types of disability that may qualify them to live in the residence. It would either be 12 or 10, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly. And in addition to that, there will be a significant landscape buffer from the residential home, so it's unlikely that they would see anything other than what looks like an estate, because it's going to be a single building.
And looking out my living room window, I could see the house in between the two houses on that side of the street. Now you're saying veterans, where I was understand it was 55 and over.
Oh, 55, I'm sorry.
There was going to be
You're
12,
correct, 55 and
12,
over.
55 and over, or 10 challenged adults
Right.
living there. We're talking, it's in the middle of residential. It could be a 4-story building, it's going to be an eyesore.
No, it can't be, I don't,
I'm
the
just
height-
saying.
No,
The height is restricted, it can't be a 4-story.
Everything, just so you're aware,
30 feet?
whatever the height
Yeah.
restrictions are. So we did talk about this. We had talked about this at length because there was some kind of, it was in litigation. But somebody could take that property and just build a giant, single-family house there. They'd have to go before a board if they were going to have that need any variances. My understanding is the way that this is proposed is that the height is going to be like any other single-family house in that zone. The rear yard setback, where I think it's 25 feet.
Everything else is going to be saying, yeah, 25 feet.
It's going to be
and
the same, as if it was a giant, it was like South Fork for people who remember Dallas, the show, and I'm dating myself. But it's the same thing as if it was a big house. And we are going to, if it's developed, we don't know. But there would be significant buffers that we would try to do as much as possible to eliminate, or I can't say eliminate, reduce any kind of visual impact that it may have on the neighboring properties. Hey, listen, it may be beautiful and they want to look at it. I don't know, but the renderings that were given make it seem like it's a very attractive looking.
My question is still like if I was just to buy a piece of property and build a house, I still got to go through the zoning board and the planning board and all that stuff. He still has to do the same thing because that front yard where that is floods.
No, he has
You
to,
know,
he has to go,
you spit and it floods, you know.
no, he has
that
to
thing.
go, he has to go before the planning
And
board.
rectify all that stuff.
And he has to submit a
Propose.
drainage plan, a light, everything. Anything that any other developer would have to do. The residents will have an opportunity to voice their concern.
Like a variance, we're all gonna get
Yes.
notified.
And the law requires him to have better drainage than what's existing there. So he has to improve the drainage on that site in
Yeah.
order to get approval.
We know, it's, yeah. I could see the river coming down my street when it rains heavy. But anyway, all right, thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Through the chair, if I could just add a couple items,
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Like Mr. Chatino said, originally that applicant came with 30 or more proposed units, and through the challenge and litigation, it was brought down to 10 or 12. And the entry and exit of that specific property, as proposed, would be on Midland. So there's nothing on Shepis or the side streets, so the front and entry and exit would be on Midland. And the reason why at the last meeting, those items were considered at that meeting was because the state mandated deadline throughout the state was prior to this meeting. So that's the sole reason why it was at the prior meeting, to meet the state deadlines.
Yeah, if I can just further clarify, the state gave March 15th. If you wanted to be eligible for the fourth round certification, you had to have it fully resolved, including the adoption of any ordinances, which it all involved, prior to March 15th. So that was the deadline. It was a hard deadline, and nobody wanted to run the risk of doing it after the deadline because they were unsure of what the ramifications would be. So every municipality, some municipalities were meeting on a Friday afternoon. There was a lot of last minute action taken by governing bodies. Again, I can't say for the state, probably true for the state, but certainly in Bergen County.
Yeah, we can assure you that it wasn't a lack of transparency. We were under the gun in terms of timing. And one other thing, you talked about the vacant land. The original number that council candidate had come up and mentioned a couple of times, I think it started at 400 or something like that. And I believe that the settlement came down to less than 30, I think. I think it was 20.
I don't want to be quoted exact. I know it was greatly reduced as a result of what the work of the governing body and the attorney who handled this on behalf of the governing body. I know that I didn't participate in all the meetings, but I know a lot of effort was put in and time by the governing body to get that number down.
Right. And there are some people that are out there and they want to fight everything. Fight. Well, the communities that have done that have done nothing but lose. They've gone all the way up to Supreme Court and lost, and who knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. We fought it to the point where we got what we believed was a very good result without having to take them to having to fight it out in court. Right. Thanks. Any other? We do have another taker.
Good evening. My name is Al Mangini. I'm at 260 South Lands Court. I was here probably a while ago. Some of the members on the council were on the planning board when they granted Walmart their extension, which happened extremely quick from what I was told, like the same night. I'm back here again because I heard a lot of things promised at that meeting that just don't happen. One of them was there's supposed to be a full-time security guard there to limit the traffic according to the noise zoning, okay, and there is nobody. The second problem back there is we talked about speed bumps. There's a kid that drag races. There's a couple of them. And 10 to 1, they probably have police scanners, so by the time we call the police, they're already gone, okay? The other thing is I was back there today, okay, and there are 20 Connex boxes sitting in Walmart's loading dock for the construction site.
20 what? I missed that.
Connex boxes, storage containers,
Okay.
shipping containers. There are also, instead of one hydraulic forklift, there are two now, plus two JLG lifts back there. The other night I called because at 12 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, construction crews moving a bunch of rebar around, okay? I've lodged probably 3 complaints between March and another probably 2 or 3 in February. What just astounds me really is this town is what, 2.7 square miles. We have 45 policemen on our police force, 14 of which are supervisors, captains, lieutenants, and sergeants. You mean to tell me that when people complain on a constant level about the same noise pollution, that they cannot make it a routine check at night to go there past 10 o'clock at night? I mean, I do realize that they are investigating all the homicides in this town, busting up drug rings, working with the DEA and whatever else they're doing, okay? But you try to tell me that you got 45 police officers and there's nobody that's a supervisor, has the common sense to say, hey, we got a lot of complaints, let's send patrol cars at night after a certain hour and enforce it. And that's the other problem, you don't enforce it. The same thing with the kid drag racing. I have a neighbor who's the Bergen County Sheriff's Department. He wanted to launch a drone to get his license plate number. All you have to do is go to Walmart, who you guys seem to be chummy with anyway, and you could go look at their video footage and get the license plate of the kid drag racing. So my question is, you know, I'm getting tired of it. And I'm waiting for somebody to come through into one of my neighbor's properties from drag racing. And the other thing, I'm really just sick of the blatant disrespect to Walmart. These people have no consideration about anything, about anybody, okay? There are rules that they should follow, 10 o'clock to 6 a.m., period, the end. That means no trucks, no truck traffic, no unloading containers with pallet jacks. My wife and I and 2 dogs, when we go to bed at night, we put the TV on and we have to watch it in high def. And I don't mean for the visibility, I'm talking about the volume. So my dogs don't bark when they hear what goes on back there.
Okay, so we'll respond, I'm sure we'll respond to that.
Well, you know what, Mr. Simaluka, I really hope you will, and I hope you put as much enthusiasm into looking into this when I come back here next month that you have in your speed survey on Fifth Street, okay? Thank you.
And in the future, I'd appreciate it if you don't have your wife call my daughter after 10 o'clock at night.
That was me.
Well, really,
And you know what it's like
Really?
being woken up.
really. I appreciate that.
Sylvia Zottarelli, 236 Lanza Ave. I just want to piggyback off what Mr. Mangini said, because everything he said is true, but he left out the garbage is disgusting. They don't have it in their locked up dumpsters. It's all over the place. I get animals in my backyard. It's disgusting. Just wanted to add that.
Okay. Anyone else wants to address the council? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the meeting to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? No. And meeting is now closed to the public. Council, mayor and council comments. Mayor, do you want to just address some of the things? And we've talked about this many times. A lot of this, there's only so much that we can legislate as a council body. There's only so much that the planning board or zoning board, whoever it is, can impose on a property owner. Most of it is enforcement. So do you have any information on what's going on here?
We do have Captain Califano here, but a couple of things that Mr. Mangini said I'd just like to respond to. As far as the storage containers, I don't know if, normally they're not allowed to have them, but they're doing all that construction there. So I don't know if the building department is allowing them to have them there because they're doing that big addition. I don't know. I don't know that. But that's one thing. He mentioned 45 police officers. Our table organization calls for 34. Right now, we're down to 33 with the retirement of Captain Haberman. The video footage, I'm sure the captain, Califano, could maybe allude to that. He's a detective captain. You know, I don't know what kind of cameras they have there, but a lot of times, if they're not really good quality, it's hard, you know, especially from a distance. I don't know how far away the cameras are. And the security guard, I believe that there is 24-hour security. The captain could, well,
I'm going to call up Captain Califano in a second.
yeah.
I warned him that I probably would
Yeah,
talk
okay.
to him today.
That's all I have to say. But the only other thing, one other thing, because I did receive a call too. I don't want to direct it to anybody, but there was I don't remember the date. I can look at my phone, but it was on a Friday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and it was after 10 o'clock, and the number came up as unknown number, unknown person. But they did leave it was a voicemail from appeared to be a female complaining about forklifts running over at Walmart in the back. I did check with the police on Monday. I would have called back if the person would have left their name and number, but I had no number. So when I checked on Monday, there was a call from Mr. Mangini and complaining about forklifts. And the police did go there, and it appeared that the forklifts, which is, I don't know if we can even enforce this, but the forklift was inside the building, and it was loading a trailer that was there. So it was all inside the building. So I don't know, I don't know, is that something with the noise ordinance? I don't even know if we can enforce that, because they're inside the building, but I guess it's loud enough. I mean, he's right on top of it, so, but that's all I have.
Mary, would you have a problem since we're on that subject, if we brought up Captain Califano,
No,
see if
not
he's
at
got
all.
any insight to any of this?
Good evening. As far as the security, they're run 24/7, except for 2 or 3 hours early morning. But we have met with the property owner, and we do monthly meetings to keep up on it. As far as the cameras, we don't have any cameras out there. Sometimes there's an ALPR from the county. Everything else is private to each business.
And I don't know if this is probably not for Captain Califano, but when Walmart came in, was that through the zoning board or planning board? Was that you?
It was planning.
Okay, so you and Mr. Garrick were on it. Do you know if there were?
I wasn't at the time.
Okay, you weren't on the plan. I'm just wondering, he mentioned something about speed bumps and kind of was extremely sarcastic, which I appreciate.
I don't remember I remember something being said,
Was
but
that something that
I know
they had to put in? I mean, because we can't unless.
There was a lot of things. It might have been. I don't know.
Unless it was part of a planning board resolution and one of the conditions, we can't require a private parking lot a private company to put speed bumps on their property. And I understand if there's speed bumps, you can't go really, really fast, except that, speed bumps have a certain length and you would just go around the speed bumps. But I get it, but unless that was a condition of their approval, we have no authority. But in answering, and again, I don't take anything lightly, even though I'll keep my comments to myself. We will continue to enforce as much as we can. And I don't disagree. If there's a problem area, the police should do regular checks, and according to Captain Califano, they are. So whoever's in that south sector, I don't know how you divide up the town, but whatever sector, whoever's patrolling that should take a ride around there and see what's going on. But again, if they're doing it for 15 minutes and it's not the 15 minutes that they're there, they're not out, if they're not solving homicides and big drug busts like Mr. Mancini is talking about, they're still riding around. There's still quite an area that they've got to go to. There are domestic violence cases. There are car accidents that they have to attend to. There are sick people that our ambulance corps may need assistance with. So they are doing things. But certainly, I would suggest, and I'm sure that the officers are being told to make regular rounds in that area, because it is a source of contention, and we do feel for the people that are being affected by it. So just, I'm assuming that it's being done, just keep it up, and
is being
just
done,
have your guys go there and do regular checks. Same thing with our building department. We'll just pass it along to the building department for anything that's in their purview, whether it's property maintenance or whether it's other zoning issues like noise or garbage and things of that nature, that they make regular checks over there. And I've talked to one of our people that do that. I said, that's part of your job. It's not that difficult to drive around every day if you have to. And maybe you should do it every day if you're working every day, to go back there, because this is a source for years. I've been on the council for 17 years, and that area has been a problem for as long as I've been on the council. And I know that even before that, since it's been built, probably. So we'll just pass it along to the building department and the enforcement, property maintenance enforcement, to continue to go and monitor it as much as your manpower can handle. Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, I know that, I don't believe the speed humps, they might have been mentioned, but I don't believe it's part of the resolution. There was a lot of things in the resolution, and one of them was a fence on the east side of the property to block off so trucks couldn't go through, and then the security guard is supposed to be on the west side, the opposite side, so trucks couldn't come in the middle of the night and go back there and idle, because that's been a problem in the past. But the security was definitely one.
That may have been after, maybe that was supposed to go into place afterwards. I don't know.
Right,
I didn't see any
I think,
resolution.
I think it's all part of, once they finish the building.
Yeah, but certainly, like anybody, and no one would want, I mean, this is a business zone or whatever it's zoned for. That area is not a residential zone, but it borders a residential zone. It certainly impacts the residential zone. So no one would want somebody building something at 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night. I know they want to get done, they want to get done quick, but it's also enforcement. They have a certain period of time within which they could use power tools. We've got ordinances for that. So we're just going to ask everyone that has the power to enforce these regulations to check it out and do what they have to do to enforce it.
There was also, too, when I checked about that call, Mr. Mangini call on that night, there was, I believe there was, they had a DWI or some kind of, it took them a long time to respond, which I'm sure infuriated, him, and I understand that, but they were busy with, something a little bit more challenging, and so I'm sure that bothered him. The other thing, too, is that when I did get the call, I received it probably right around the same time that your daughter got the call, or got the text, or whatever it was.
How's it call?
But I kind of figured it was him, or because there's only 2 people in that area that have my cell phone. Well, 3, I guess, counting the fire chief. But Mrs. Ottarelli has my cell phone. But I know for a fact that if she would call, and she wouldn't try to hide herself. She would call, and it wasn't her voice. So and she would definitely identify herself.
Well, number one.
So it probably was Mrs. Mangini that called.
Yeah, number one, it's my daughter. She lives in Wayne. And number 2, it's her cell phone, and I don't know how the heck you get a cell phone number unless somebody gave it to him. But it certainly wasn't mine. And if I got it, listen, it's part of my job. You call me at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm still awake, I'll answer it, and I'll talk to somebody. But, figure out who you're calling before you call. All right, thank you. Let's see. I cut you off, so
Yeah.
you're still on your comments.
Okay. The budget, Business Administrator Jimmy Holmesy and CFO Vince Bono and I have been working on the budget. We're trying very hard to keep the increase on the municipal side to a reasonable and manageable amount without cutting vital services. Parks and capital projects, the water main tie-in started this week on Shepis by the tree streets that are west of Fairlawn Parkway. maple, spruce, pine, and larch. Kern Street Playground installation is scheduled to start on Monday, this month, coming Monday, March the 23rd. We're going to be lining the tennis courts and new pickleball courts by Mayhill Street Park across from the high school, middle school, sometime this spring. I don't know, Bob might have a little more on that, exactly when. We're awarding the contract tonight for the splash pad at Veterans Field, or I hope we're awarding it. It's up to the council to, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the basketball court at Fifth Street Park should be starting soon. Our engineer, Bob, is working with Public Service to pave the trenched roads and others that are part of the 2026 road improvement program. There should be a bunch done this year between April and November. I just want to note that the town has received grant funds for all the park improvements, which significantly reduce the amount we have to collect from taxpayers. Some past events, we had Chicken Bingo this past Sunday, March the 15th. I want to thank Karen Darminio, Paula Bernstein, Sandy Goodwin, Howie Rafofsky, and we had a special guest there, volunteer, Councilwoman Flo Mazer was there, and all the seniors were very happy to see you, and so you did a great job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Some upcoming things, I want to thank Senator Joe Longana for arranging the mobile motor vehicle unit here in Saddlebrook that we're here all week at the beginning of March. Also for getting Passaic Valley Sewer Commission, this is a big deal, to clean out that Colberg Brook that runs behind South Leswing and the high school and those houses on Rochelle Parkway. So I believe they're complete. I got to talk to Bobby Hickswar, our superintendent of public works, but they took a lot of junk out of there. So a meeting which is going to be open to the public will be held on Tuesday, March 24th, next Tuesday, 7 p.m. at the Senior Center with Solar Landscape, presenting their program to save energy costs, electric 31%. I'm happy to bring this program to our residents, and the only requirement is to sign up. Residents do not have to put solar panels on their homes. Please make every effort to come and learn how you can save on your electric bill. The way I see it, there really isn't any disadvantage to it. You can opt out, there's no fee, so if you're interested, please. They're doing it in Fair Lawn now and with great success. Special thanks to the Saddlebrook Library for hosting the AARP volunteers to help residents with income tax filing. Residents who want to make an appointment can go to the library's website, saddlebrooklibrary.org, and then click on the slide for AARP tax aid. If people would like assistance and they don't have online, they can call the library at 201-843-3287 during business hours. This service will be available on Fridays, 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. from now until April 10th. Service is free and covers basic tax returns. There's no age restriction. The blue books, this blue book is out. They're out now. Please remember to fill out the necessary paperwork and send it to the state for Stay New Jersey, Anchor, and Senior Freeze Act. If you completed the form online, you will not receive a book if it was done online. Senior lunch program will begin next Monday, March the 23rd. Please contact Senior Center at 201-845-4594 for further information. It's going to start off 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Some upcoming events: Good Friday, April the 3rd, municipal offices and DPW are closed. Recycling of commingled materials will still be picked up. The Ambulance Corps annual fundraiser, Fish and Chips, is on Good Friday, April the 3rd. I'm going to defer to Councilwoman Sanchez, who's a member of the Ambulance Corps, who can give us further information about that. Our spring Easter celebration is Saturday, April the 4th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. here at the Recreation Center. Some other things, final notes is my condolences to the Accomundo, Mazursky, and the Heredia families for their losses. I just want to say a few words about Willie Heredia, who was the who I knew personally and considered a friend. Willie was the owner of K Pasta Restaurant. He's a very kind and generous person, often donating to the community. He will be missed. May he rest in peace, and may his memory be a blessing. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Mazur?
Thank you, Council President, excuse me. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate all the women that were honored here tonight. All of you are a true inspiration to all of us, and we thank you for your dedication to our community. I also would like to offer my condolences to the Mazursky family. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. And of course, Councilman Todd Accomando and his family. My prayers and condolences go out to them. Just one thing on the Walmart issue there. I do frequent that lot when I go to the farmer's market or sometimes TJ Maxx. I do notice you do take your life into your hands just driving in that parking lot. There's no clear parking spots, and it seems everybody's coming at you from all different directions. And parking, there's no clear parking spots either. So everybody's all over the place and whatnot. There are 2 speed humps close to the actual stores, because I do see that, and I do see people do, maybe they could add some more and maybe put some kind of organization to that parking lot also, in addition to all of the other, complaints there. Okay. And that's about it for right now.
Mr. Garrick?
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all of the honorees this evening, and thank you for your contribution to the community. One of the honorees was Samina from the library. A lot of great things are happening at the library. I know Councilman Simaluka had mentioned some of the things, and I've mentioned some of the things in the past. Some of the things that have been happening, there's a seed library going on, collaboration with the Green Team. There's a Lego club. There was a Lego showcase day, March 2nd. There's a chess club. There's video games for teens. There's a program for that. There's oil painting for beginners, which is Saturday, March 28th at 11 a.m. The mayor mentioned the AARP tax prep on Fridays. There are appointments needed for that, but it's a free service and there's no age restrictions for that. Also, there's a big event coming up on Saturday, March 21st at the library. It's called New Jersey Makerspace Day. It's all hands-on activity for children all day. And again, that's Saturday, March 21st, this Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. I also would like to give my sincere condolences to the Accomando and Mazursky families on the loss of their loved ones. And finally, happy Easter and happy holidays to all of our residents, and a happy spring with hopefully some good weather. We all deserve that. Thank you.
And Ms. Sanchez?
My condolences to the Accomando family, the Mazursky family, and the mayor mentioned the Heredia family. The ambulance corps fish and chips will be on April 3rd, Good Friday, from 4:30 to 7 p.m. If you would like tickets, it's $20 a ticket. So please reach out to Tracy Buzamita or any ambulance corps member, and they can help you with that. Congratulations to the Women in History Month honorees this year, Tracy, Amanda, Samina, Angelina, and Camille. Thank you for all you do for this community. And thank you to all the outstanding women out there who help make this community a better place. I actually joined the ambulance corps because of Tracy when I was about 17. She's somebody that I hold near and dear to my heart. She has had such a big impact on me and my life and has always been such a huge inspiration to me. So I just want to make sure she knows that. And I know I've said it in the past, but as a woman and as women, it is important that we support each other and we build each other up on a day-to-day basis. and not tear each other down. Okay, it's important to support and be there for one another. Other than that, have a happy Easter, everyone.
Okay, first in regards to Walmart, and we understand the issue that's going on. We are, as I said before, we are going to, well, we have our captain here who's been, advised, I'm sure he knows it, that maybe step up patrols in that area. We've got to, whatever the law is, regarding noise, regarding times, regarding the amount of stuff they're supposed to have there. If it's a police issue, please deal with it, have regular patrols. The same thing, we will remind, and tomorrow morning, first thing, in the morning, I'll be on a plane, so. Later on, tomorrow, I will contact our property maintenance and building department. If you don't mind, Mayor, it's in my brain, so I'll contact them to, again, step up the patrols, or they don't really patrol, but their drive-bys to make sure that everything is going the way it's supposed to go. And if it's not, they need to be cited. We, as a council, will try and do everything that we can to try and alleviate problems that are there. I know it's ongoing. It's an enforcement issue, and we're going to try and enforce it as best as we can. We had some residents from Leicester who were here, and it was the same thing. They had some complaints. They felt that they were not being taken care of, and stepped up enforcement in regards to a bunch of things. We had the fire department was there, our building department was there, our police have been making regular patrols in that area. And it seems like whatever issues they were having has, at least for now, calmed down, because we haven't gotten many complaints since then. So we are always amenable to trying to help out residents and areas that are in need. When we have the Women in History Month, it's kind of, I love it and I hate it. I love it because you see so many wonderful women who have done so much for not only our community, but other communities. I hate it because it makes me feel like I've accomplished nothing in my life based on, compared to what some of these people, I mean, she adopted 100 kids. I mean, come on, how are you going to compete with that? But, I mean, God bless them all. They did it, they were all very, very deserving of the honor. And the one thing that wasn't said, because I think what her submission was a little long, so they had to edit it a bit, but the young lady, Angelina Pilata, she won the gold medal in the Special Olympics for figure skating. I think it was pairs figure skating. I mean, she had so many accomplishments that winning a gold medal at the Special Olympics wasn't even one of them. So I just wanted a shout out to her and her parents, who were very, very supportive and have done a lot for the autism community. I know for many, many years, at least Dawn and her husband have been great in helping out and doing great things. Like everyone else, condolences to all the family and friends of the deceased. I didn't know Mr. Mazursky, but I know his son, who's one of our newer police officers, is very young, so I'm just going to assume that he was very young. So to lose someone, a dad, at that young age is a horrible thing. So condolences out to them, and also to our fellow councilman Todd, and the Board of Ed member Mike Accomando, who I consider good friends. I know that they've been distraught for a while. They've been dealing with the mother's illness for quite a while. So she's now at peace, and condolences to them, and God bless them and the rest of the family. Everyone said we're going to come back. Our next meeting, televised meeting, is going to be after Easter, so happy Easter to everyone. And to Giuseppe Califano back there, it is Festa de San Giuseppe. So it's St. Joseph's Day, so everyone enjoy your pasta con sarde and your St. Joseph pastries. There you go. All right. So we're going to go right into ordinances. Now, how are we going to do the ordinances? We're going to read.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Oh.
We're going to do ordinance 1 for a second read, separate from 2 and 3, so Councilwoman Sanchez can abstain.
Okay. So we're going to do ordinance number 1 due to an abstention. 2 and 3, we're going to read together, but when we do the vote, the votes are going to be separate. So the readings are going to be together,
And open to the public.
and we're going to open to the public on those together. Okay, so can you read your first ordinance, please?
Ordinance,
Are we going to ask her to leave right now?
No.
No.
Just going to abstain.
Just going to abstain? Okay.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 106, handicap parking of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space in front of 181 Colonial Avenue for a second reading.
Okay, hold, if I could just, Ms. Sanchez is saying that 1 and 3 are fine for her. It's
1 and 4 is fine for me, but 2 and
2 and 3. Okay, I got it. I'm sorry, Ms. Mazur,
Motion.
motion,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 106, handicap parking, of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space in front of 181 Colonial Avenue.
Motion to open to the public.
Second.
Second by Mr. Derrick, all in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Seeing none, meeting is now open to the public on this ordinance, which is the handicap parking at a certain location. Seeing no members of the public wishing to come forward, motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Garrick, second, was Mazur?
Yeah.
Ms. Mazur, all in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 106, handicap parking of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space for 181 Colonial Avenue is now passed on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance as prescribed by law with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Garrick, and second by Ms. Sanchez, roll call.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazur?
Yes.
Council President Simulka?
No. In looking at the reasoning that was behind this, I just didn't feel it merited a spot. Go on to the second ordinance.
We have ordinance on the agenda, ordinance number 1800-26, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 58 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Animals, and ordinance 1801-26, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 87 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Fees.
Motion to give these a second reading.
Motion.
Mr. Garrick,
Second.
second by Ms. Mazur, all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Seeing none.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 58 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Animals, and an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 87 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Fees.
Is there a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Ms. Mazur?
Second.
Second by Mr. Garrick, all in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Seeing none. Anybody wish to address the council on these two ordinances? Seeing none, motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Mazur, second by Mr. Garrick, all in favor?
Aye.
You're very low tonight. You're very low tonight. I'm not hearing your eyes.
Okay, the first ordinance for adoption, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 58 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Animals does now pass on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Motion to adopt this.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
There we go, I heard you. Second by Ms. Mazur, roll call.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Abstain.
Councilwoman Mazur?
Yes.
That's a recusal. You have a conflict, you feel?
Well,
An abstention means you're participating, you just choose not to vote. A recusal is if you feel you have a conflict.
well, I'm a first responder, so I don't feel like I should vote on this.
No, then you should recuse.
Okay.
There is a difference, but so you shouldn't participate, which is a recusal.
Okay, so do I have to step out, or can I just?
No, no, just, that's your voted, when your name was called, you said you refused.
Oh, okay. All right, so I change it, I recuse.
And Councilwoman Mazur,
Yes.
Council President Simulka.
Yes. And just for, this is waiving fees, local licensing fees for our first responders.
Ordinance 1801, final reading. Will be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 87 of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Fees does now pass on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law. Councilwoman Sanchez will be reclusing herself from the vote.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Motion
Second.
by Ms. Mazur, second by Mr. Garrick. Roll call.
Councilman Garrick,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazur,
Yes.
Council President Simulka.
Yes.
Ordinance 1802-26, first reading. An ordinance amending Chapter 203 entitled Water of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook regarding certain fees charged by the Township of Saddlebrook, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, for first reading.
Motion to give it a first reading. Ms. Mazur.
Second.
Second by Mr. Garrick. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Now therefore be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that an ordinance amending Chapter 203 entitled Water of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook regarding certain fees charged by the Township of Saddlebrook, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, heretofore passed on first reading, be further considered for a final passage at a meeting to be held on April 16th, 2026 at 7:00 p.m., or soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the Municipal Complex, 55 Mayhill Street. And at such time and place, all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance according to law, with the notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and a time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Motion to pass on first reading.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Garrick.
Second.
Second, Ms. Mazur. Roll call.
Councilman Garrick,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez, Councilwoman Mazur,
Yes.
Council President Simulka.
Yes. And just for the public's knowledge, this ordinance only applies to commercial facilities, not residential.
Yeah.
Recuse. Okay. And recuse. I'm sorry. That's recuse. Abstain.
Consent agenda?
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requests it, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence, reports, and approval of minutes and applications. Not part of the consent agenda is the January 5th, 2026 reorganization meeting, and resolution number 6, approval purchases over 6,600.
Okay, is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sanchez.
I have to abstain.
You're going to...
Minutes.
Yeah, when we get
The
to
other one, yes. We'll do a roll call.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
This is on the consent agenda.
The consent.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazur?
Recuse.
You say yes.
I'm sorry.
You can vote yes.
The other ones,
The ones, they're off the consent.
we took them
agenda.
off.
Oh, so, I'm sorry. Yes.
Council President Simulka.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, we have the January 5th reorganization and regular council meeting minutes.
Okay.
Need a motion?
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sanchez. First, motion by Mr. Garrick. Roll call.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazur?
Abstain.
And Council President Simulka.
Yes.
We have, not part of the consent agenda, is resolution number 6, approved purchases over $6,600, and Councilwoman Mazur will be reclusing herself from this vote.
Okay, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Garrett,
Second.
second by Ms. Sanchez. Roll call.
Councilman Garrick.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Recuse.
And Council President Samuka.
Yes. Any old business or new business that we haven't covered already? Mayor, anything? Mr. Garrett, any council people? Anything we haven't spoken about yet? Or you want to reiterate something you might have said before? Ms. Mazer, anything? Old business, new business? We're going to have a motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items only.
Motion. Second.
She got you, no, I think you were first. Ms. Sanchez with the motion, second by Ms. Mazer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Seeing none, meeting is now open again to the public for agenda items, and agenda items only. Seeing no one, entertain a motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Closed by Ms. Mazer, second by Ms. Sanchez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
None against? I guess final comments for anybody? Yes, Ms. Sanchez?
Through the chair, I just wanted, Bob, can you just go over a little bit the paving? We really didn't talk about it too much. The public service with the paving, I know they've been in touch with you.
Yeah, we're just, Public Service replaced a lot of gas mains in town. As part of that work, they're obligated to pave from curb line to center line of the road. Rather than have them pave half roads, we work with them to pick which roads to pave, that they should pave in full, and which roads not to pave. And the ones that we don't have them pave, we may have paved under other projects, other funding sources, perhaps. There might be reasons, so we're just going back and forth with them to finalize the actual paving project. And I would expect their first batch maybe to be in May, and then maybe a second batch sometime. They haven't set a date yet, but hopefully sometime in the summer, late summer, or early fall.
And also the lining of the, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. In addition, they're going to be doing another gas main replacement in town, which by the time they're done with this one, I believe pretty much all the gas mains in town will have been replaced. And then they'll probably sometime next year follow up with more paving of those roads.
You know when that's going to be done? Because I thought they were finished.
They were finished. It's a new project they're going to be starting.
And how long is that going to take? You know?
I don't think it's as big as either of the last two, but they're getting ready to start that work. I would anticipate sometime early to mid-spring they're going to start, and they will give us a schedule.
And do you know which area or which street? Is it
It's
a specific street? Or?
It is. It's the Leonhardt area, John Ox, Alberta, Flora Lane, which we're planning to pave under a DOT project. It's that area.
So please, Flora Lane has got to be done after the school is over.
Yes.
You can't do that while school is in session.
That is, our plan was to wait till the summer to pave that road, and we're working with PSE&G to get their gas main installed in time so we can pave in the summer.
But, okay, so they're going to put their gas main in, which means they're going to be on that road with all their heavy equipment digging up the road while the people are trying to get to school, and that's going to be a nightmare. Is that?
We'll have to work with
After
that.
school is over?
If they do that after school's over, we would have to wait till next summer to pave. So we should talk about that, but because there's not going to be enough time for them to do it, allow settlement, and then pave the road. So we'll have to have that discussion with them.
Yeah, I just can't, it's horrible enough. I mean, people, anyone who lives near a school knows that, 8 to 9 or 9:30 and, 2:30 to 3:30 is horrible. And I certainly see it. I live a block from Long School, so I live a block from the next block from Florida, so I see it all the time. I can't imagine the horrific problems it's going to cause if they try and do this while school is in session.
I know Leonhardt, John Ox, they haven't been paved,
No, a lot of those roads haven't been
but
paved.
Alberta has.
Alberta was paved
So they're gonna tear it up, the whole thing again?
and repave it curb to curb.
I could have sworn they already were over there.
We tried to get them to do it, and they wouldn't do it. And then now all of a sudden, they're going to do it.
Maybe it was water before, and then we paved, because I know we paved that.
Yeah,
And that's a
no, we-
long street. That's,
Yeah, we paved it not too long ago.
Correct.
Well, that's why they would do curb to curb, because it's within 5 years of the last.
Yes.
And just one last question about the lining of the tennis court and pickleball courts at Mayo. Do we have any idea?
Yeah, once spring comes and once the weather allows, they'll be out there to finish it.
It shouldn't take them that long, right?
No. No, it just has to be the right temperature and it has to be dry for a certain number of days. So once that forecast occurs and they can plan for it, so I would anticipate hopefully sometime during April.
And one other question. We did award a bidder for the spray park. Do you have any idea when that would start? Specs, because obviously they bid on it, so.
Yeah, that's going to start soon. I've been talking to the contractor already. He's going to get a head start on getting what permits he needs for the building demo. And as soon as he has what he needs to demo the building, he's going to be out there pretty quick.
So that's going to involve demo, construction, electrical, and plumbing, because it's.
Because of water. Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Okay. Okay, Ms. Sanchez.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this before, but I did wish everybody a happy Easter, but I just wanted to wish all those who celebrate Passover a happy Passover as well.
Good one. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
No, you're going to get credit for this. Motion by Ms. Mazur, second by Mr. Garrick. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
See you in April.